You want your hug to be firm, warm, and show the person that you, right now, are the most special person in the world.
You can hear her laughter halfway across the room.
She did love to make fun of undergrads. That was great.
There were a couple of late night pictures from New Year's where, you know, Creighton gets that her drunken.
Myth, woman, legend.
We spent a lot of time together at GBR and had some late nights at the Hill House, where I began to see that going to Ross could be a very good decision for me. Knowing that she was so committed to being here and just loved it so much and felt like it was so much the right home for her made me kind of feel like it was the right home for me too.
I have a little thing. I ordered a strawberry daiquiri because it was the summer and they're delicious. So I get introduced to Cregan by Driscoll, and she just immediately rips on me and calls me, you know, she has a few choice words for me, but the thing about Cregan is that, you know, although she was definitely attacking my masculinity, like, I loved her for it.
Basically, from GBR to Africa, we continuously just stood next to each other being like, "Hi, I'm Reagan. Hi, I'm Cregan." And people would just look at us like this, including our professors, to be honest.
She loved life and she lived it to the fullest.
She just went at everything so hard, whether it was like her friends, recruiting, going out, class to some extent.
My second round interview for Accenture, I was asked a question if there was a poem or a book or a song out there that represented who you are, what would it be? And Cregan's answer, without a beat of hesitation, was "Oh, the Places You'll Go" by Dr. Seuss. Like 100%, that book just symbolizes who I am, what I want in my life, like how I approach living. You know, that's the answer I would have given.
Imagine all the people living for today. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine there's no countries.
She just genuinely likes everybody, and that just comes through.
My wife delivered our baby son, and I actually, the first person I let know in school, and I don't remember doing this, but I actually SMS'd her about 20 minutes, 30 minutes after he was born. It was awesome. The fact that she was the first person I wanted to remember at school when this happened, and that she made it such a big deal for everybody that I was having a son.
So inclusive, how everyone was invited to that party, and how she always wanted, you know, people to come and hang out and to bring groups together.
Cregan was definitely someone that not only I wanted in my life, but that I hope to always have in my life, you know, to go back to, and that I felt so lucky to be her friend.
She kind of just sensed something, and she just straight up asked me, "Are you gonna propose?" And you know, I had told nobody here, and you know, I kind of didn't say anything then, but then she kept prying, and I think that she figured it out, and then she gave me some tips. You know, she just said, "Make sure you don't mess up."
When you were upset about anything, she'd be like, "Come along, I have all these errands to run, but if you walk with me, I'll listen to everything you have to say."
You're always the focus of her attention. And she has the ability to be in a room with 10 people, and I bet all 9 other people feel that they're the most important people in the room.
Everything. She loves the move, she loves the groove, she loves a lot of things. It won't be long, yeah, till you're alone when you're alone.
900 status updates. You always knew what Craig and Brown was doing, and so did everybody else.
Our final paper had come around, and Section 3 was having a happy hour at Charlie's. And this was unusual for me. I wanted to take one more knock at this draft. And she basically tells me, after all these times making me stay later nights or work longer, she just says, "Stop being a bitch. We're turning this thing and going to drink."
We have everyone who's going to be in the show come in and do their auditions, do their monologue, their dialogue, and show off their special talents. And at one point, Cragen did her monologue, and she killed it. She was awesome. But then she sang, and like, I guess no one in the room had heard her sing before. Like, the whole room was quiet, like, while she was singing, because she was so amazing. And then the first thing someone said, Mike McGrath, the producer last year, said, "Your voice is a cross between Fergie and Jesus."
Both of us were falling, crashed to the floor, and she landed on my wrist. And this was 9 months ago. My wrist still hurts.
She would take William Wallace, and he would just be going like this. And she would just like nudge her like face into him. And I was like, "You have such a small brain! You have such a small brain! It's like the size of a peanut! And you have no clue what I'm saying!" And then she would like wiggle him around, and then she would like just drop him on the floor.
She would always have her camera with her. Like, everywhere she went, she'd take tons of pictures. And it scared me to death every time I'd wake up on a Saturday or Sunday morning after a night out and see Cragen Brown is tagged doing 10 pictures. Because you have no idea what you're doing in those pictures. You probably don't remember half the night.
Licking people's faces is probably a good one.
With OG at a Yankee game. Shit, I made the Yankee hat more.
They were so blessed to have such an amazing daughter.
Thank you for raising and having Cragen the way she was. She made a big difference to all our lives, and I know she made a huge difference to mine.
She was probably the most amazing woman I know.
The one thing I always thought about when I saw her was, wow, your parents did an amazing job. She would always talk about them, and she would always tell stories about them. And it was funny because when you had a problem, she sometimes would give you a life lesson from her childhood, usually having to do with fighting with her brother. But it just goes to show how much she loved her family and how close she was with them.
I hope that you're happy, and I hope you know how much we all love you, and I aspire to be half the woman that you were.
Cragen, we miss you, we love you, you're with us every single day, every single fathers meeting, every single time we do a Michigan Matchmaker, we're planning a date. You're always there with us, and you'll be with us forever.
I think your Facebook page is going to have updates from every person you know for the rest of our lives. It's always going to be a living reminder of who you were and how much people want you.
Cragen, I miss you, we miss you, and we'll always think of you for the rest of our lives.